Good morning, guys. Matt with Slice here. I'll give some of the guys on Instagram a minute to get in before we start our daily chats, our weekly chats. Sorry. Mr. Pekarski, Steve, what's up, dude? Man, coming out the gate strong this morning, huh, Steve? No, absolutely not. After that, Mart with Slors. Mr. Lehman. Yeah, I get a FU, you too, Ian. I get an FU from Steve and a request to join my live stream. Sean, what's up, man? How is everybody this morning? Eric, what's up, dude? I figured we'd have a decent number of people. I figured we'd have a decent number of people show up for the live stream. I figured a lot of guys are off of work today. We actually closed the shop. Yeah, no kidding, right, man? And I respond to your DM. Did you get? I didn't say it's a bad name. Sean, I'll check that, man. Now that you say that, I did send you a DM, and I don't ever recall getting a response. I'll check that when we end this live stream. So, what is going on, everybody? The gang's all here today. So, it is the last day of 2020, and I keep seeing all these posts about. Why, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. Not missing any meals. I'm tired of seeing all these posts talking about how shitty 2020 was. It is what you make it. I'm having a nice cold beer and a warm summer eve here in South Africa. I got beer iced down and ready for tonight. So, Mr. Brewer, what's up? So, it has been a fantastic year for Slice and for Cut. Year overall has just been fantastic. So, very happy that Mr. Power, what's up, dude? Dan, what's up, man? Very happy to round out the year on the last day of the year with some badass new listings. And got some great knives in the queue that are going to be listed over the next couple of weeks as well. I just spent the last hour and a half photographing them. So we've got some just insane stuff. But we'll reflect more on 2020 and all the badass stuff that we had come through a little bit later on in the live stream. So, like I said, shop is closed today. I literally just came in to photograph some knives this morning and do this live stream. So, just for y'all. Y'all remember that. I have remembered the notes so I can give you all the specs on everything that is listing this week. And anything that is sold between now and through the weekend won't be shipping until Monday, even the stuff that lists today. I would rather it not sit with the holidays and everything else in any warehouses or whatnot. So anything bought between now and Monday will not ship out until Monday. So, Mr. Dearman, what's up, dude? So with that, guys, let's talk about some knives. I want to talk about, let's go with the largest knife in the batch first. Move some of these out the way. We're gonna go in size order this time, actually. So that, then that, then that. There we go. We're gonna do them in size order. So first up today, Andre Van Heerden M35 liner lock. This is the largest knife in the batch this week. It has a 3.9 inch hand rub satin blade. Aaron, what's up, dude? I handled this knife a good bit. Just I had never handled one of Andre's Soul pieces. I've always had the A squared pieces come through. So this is the first time handling one of his. Shut up, Steve. Greg, what's up, man? And so handling this one at first, I wasn't too sure about the way to. Let me rephrase. I wasn't too sure. I thought the action was kind of soft, at least the D10 anyway. And the more I looked at it, the more I handled it, I found that the jimping on the flipper tab of this knife was just in an unusual spot. You know, the flipper tab has that ramp right there, but the jimping was back here as opposed to being on the top here. And so I was like, well, that's an odd place for the jimping to be. So I did try opening it from that spot, and the action is a whole lot better than trying to actually pull down on the flipper tab. So it's a little bit more of like a push button, or, you push on the tab as opposed to pulling it. But once I figured that out, I was actually much happier with the action on this knife. So, 3.9 inch blade, 9.2 inches overall. It is a hand rub satin finish on the blade, and this piece is designed by Tashi. As y'all know, the most popular model in the A squared lineup is without a doubt the A6, which is also a Tashi design. And you can see some of those styling cues because Tashi stuff, his design language carries over very well. It's a bigger knife for sure. But great flipping action. It rides on IKBS, so I mean it's super, super smooth. If I had to pick a carbon fiber, it would be Lightning Strike, and so the handles, the scales on both sides are full Lightning Strike. It's got some nice milling on it on both sides. The pocket clip is also Lightning Strike carbon fiber. Backspacer is carbon fiber. And this guy is going to be listing for $995. Both Andres are class acts. There's no doubt about that. Just great, great fellas. Is it 11 a.m. now? It is 11:06 to be precise. 100 proof Matt is also. Patrick, what's up, man? Matt is also what? I missed something. So that is the. Oh, Daniel, come on, man. Hey, Matt, what's up, dude? Happy New Year to you. We don't like Lightning Strike, Mr. Brewer? If I had to pick a carbon fiber, it would be Lightning Strike. Marbled would be number 2. But that's why there's 31 flavors of ice cream. Devish. Oh, man, we're going to flirt with me this morning, huh? So, I appreciate that, Steve. So that is the Andre Van Heerden M35 liner lock. All right. It's 10 a.m. here. Going backwards in time. All right. Blackwood be up there. Blackwood would probably be... I could put that as number 3. Yeah. Blackwood, some good-looking stuff, actually. All right, next up. Everybody knows what this thing is because this is probably one of the most iconic tactical designs there are. This is a... Good morning. 9 a.m. here on the Oregon coast. What's up, dude? Art of EDC 23. What's up, dude? Lost my train of thought. Beg Custom Knives. Walt! What's up, brother? Hope things are treating you well. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Beg Custom Knives. Full-size bodega. And this is built by the California crew. When I listed this, oh man, I'm blanking out. Mark Begg messaged me and said his exact words were an oldie but a goodie, indicating that this is apparently a very early build for the California crew. But, there we go. Bill, new here. When did these? I'm assuming you're asking when these go live. So, Bill, the way that it works, if anybody tuning in now or that watches this live stream later on in the day is not familiar with how I list new knives, every week that there will be new listings, I will start posting them Monday on Instagram. I post 2 knives a day, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 6 knives a week. And Thursday, we'll do a live stream like this. Never heard of Beg Knives. Eric, he's all right. Every Thursday, we'll do a live stream just like we're doing now. We'll talk about the 6 knives. An email blast will go out after the live stream ends. You need to be signed up for the email list to receive the email blast, which you can do on my website. Steve, really, dude? Come on. That was like the airplane joke right over your head. Good Lord. Eric, what's up? So on Thursday, live stream, email blast goes out, usually between 11:30 and 11:45. And then anything that you have to respond back to the email blast in order to buy the knife. Don't worry about sorting out a payment or anything like that. Just respond back to the email as fast as you can if there's a particular knife you want, because it is first come, first serve. Anything that doesn't get sold from the email blast goes live on the website at 1 p.m. Central Time. And the biggest perk that I can give you for being on the email list, besides getting first crack at any knife before it goes on the website, is Spirited Blade. What's up, dude? You get free shipping. It is legitimate free shipping. So if you wait until it goes on the website at 1 p.m. Central Time, shipping's going to be added onto your ticket. So there you go, guys. So definitely agree. So Beck is a solid maker. On about his newbie David Mosier. I think Mosier's. Everybody be on your best behavior. My baby mama's in the house, so cut in the look at Steve. He's on the lookout. I appreciate that, Steve. Begg Custom Knives, full-size bodega. Speaking of marbled carbon fiber, these are stonewashed titanium handles inlaid with marbled carbon fiber. Check out Jonas Iglesias. Jonas' stuff is meh. 3.7-inch belt satin finish blade with that signature fuller. It is 8.9 inches in overall length. You're very welcome. And like I said, stonewashed titanium handles with marbled carbon fiber inlays. The signature finish of Begg, whether it's the California group or Todd himself, is 100% his cracked to ice finish, which you can see here on the back on the pocket clip. It's on the inside of the back spacer. I know you can't see it from there. It is on the choil and the flipper tab edges of the knife, on the blade, as well as on the pivot surround here. Eric, you're very sassy today, but that's all right. Somebody always is in the live stream. I don't know what it is about it, but everybody just kind of gets a turn. Some days it's Ian, some days it's Steve. Apparently it's your turn. I'm out there. Later, Steve. Did you grind that blade yet? Damn, kissy face. Who's that for? Is that for Steve or is that for me? The jury's still out on that one. So, 3.7-inch belt satin finish blade, 8.9 inches overall length, $1,250. It's the beard. The beard gets them for sure, every time. This beard is actually a bit too long for my wife's liking. Great flipping action on this guy. Also riding on IKBS, just like the Andre Van Heerden was. Mr. Borgia, what's up, dude? Glad you like it, man. What y'all need to get is, if you haven't heard of the percentage, that is the Holt Spectre. Good old Holt. I have yet to land one. I've only ever handled a Holt piece one time. And that was because a buddy sent one to me to check out. So, Begg Custom. It's mostly the chest hair. The taco meat. Everybody likes the chest hair. It's got just a little bit creeping out the front of the shirt today. To make a plan to get one of my raisins. And off the sassy torch. Oh, man. All right, guys. This is next in line to be talked about. It is the most expensive knife in the batch, but it's also probably one of the more sought-after collaborations with Lee Williams. This is a Lee Williams and John Barker kickstop Hokkaido. Don't buy a Holt, you are missing out. Let me go back and look at something here. I want to see something. Eric, there's no way you can turn that sassiness off. Waiting for that hustle. Everybody's waiting for the hustle. I know that's what everybody's waiting for. Have some Twisted Tea. Kiss my ass, Jake. Only three made of what? There's definitely more than 3 of these things out there. Barker Williams Hokkaidos. Maybe a bolster lock configuration, but so I love the way that a kickstop flips. It does not matter what the knife model is. When you slap a kickstop flipper tab on there, it is just fantastic. You've got the killer grinds of John Barker here, as you can see. Beautiful hand rub, crisp lines. For those of y'all not familiar with the kickstop, if you're kickstop bolster lock, only one of 3. Got it. I still remember when they were wrapping up this collaboration, the last kickstop Hokkaido built was a full-size liner lock. It was the only liner lock they built. It had a hand rub satin blade with full, what was the pattern on it? I can't remember the pattern. I think it was Texas Wind or something like that. And a couple of reactions the first time over the past 2 years. I don't like flippers. They flip fantastic. But the last one of these ever built was a liner lock with full black Timascus scales on it. And that knife auctioned for, it was somewhere at or around $20,000. It was 18 grand, 20 grand, somewhere in there. I still remember watching that auction on the USN. That was crazy. So this one, in comparison, is quite the steal. Listing for $6,250. Hand rub satin blade, orange peel finish titanium bolsters and frames. It is a bolster lock, so the frames and the bolsters are attached. Orange peel titanium pocket clip, copper backspacer, full carbon fiber scales. Buttery smooth. I mean, it just glides. And then, for those of you who are not familiar with the kickstop flipper tab, the flipper tab is actually independent of the blade. It is a separate component. And so that's how you can see it moving here. It serves as the flipper tab as well as the stop pin. I got a good one going for sale next, Matt. What you talking about, Greg? Those gloves are expensive, but awesome. They are. They're few and far between. I believe there's another one for sale out there right now that's 7,000-ish, but can't beat it. So that is the John Barker Lee Williams Kickstop Picado. I didn't even give the specs on it. 3.3-inch hand rub satin blade, 8.4 inches overall, listing for $6,250. Shoot me a message there, Greg. Be curious to know more. All right, next up. I know you guys are all going to bail on me when I talk about the Hustle, so I'm just going to hang on to that one for one more knife. Dustin Turpin Insight. 3.2-inch hand rub satin blade, 7.5 inches overall. If you're not familiar with Turpin's knives, his work is impeccable and the actions are always killer. My favorite thing about any of his knives is, without a doubt, his backspacers. They are typically 3 pieces. And so you can see here we've got some milled pockets. This is G10. And then my best, I don't know if it's got to be titanium. I can't imagine it being steel. But this is a piece of titanium sandwiched in between them. It's shows off a little bit between those milled pockets. It's got blasted titanium handles, a textured titanium clip, and like I said, it's a hand rub satin blade. It is a 3.2-inch blade, 7.5 inches overall length, listing for $1,250. I've got another one of these on the site right now. It is actually the Persian prototype. But like I said, his actions are always just so on point. Great flippers, very well designed, nice sizes, great finishes. It's a lot of bang for the buck in these knives. So that is the Dustin Turpin Insight. So, all right, though, everybody wants to talk about. This knife is so sick, guys. I overspent for 2020 on knives, and so I just can't keep it. I want to, something bad. I've been on a big titanium frame lock kick. Let's see the Hustle. Here it is, Greg. You got it, brother. This was built for G10, and it is the Brian Efros Hustle. Just red hot maker right now. His stuff just sells instantly. Exceptionally well made, great designs. I haven't handled a ton of his knives. I've only had 2 ever list. This is number 2 to ever list on the site. I'm sorry, number 3 to list on the site. And I've handled his stuff at the shows. I have yet to own one in the personal collection. But of everything I've handled, this one has the best action. It's perfect. It's perfect flipper. So this is an Intrepid Damascus blade from Chad Nichols. This is very fine eggshell finished titanium on both sides of the handle. It's got his signature conical style pivot that is also with a blasted finish. It's got some speed holes with some polished chamfers there. It's got a beveled Damascus backspacer. And then it's got his signature sculpted Damascus pocket clip. This is Damascus? No, this is Mokutai. Sorry. So the Efros is a 2.7-inch Damascus blade, 6.7 inches overall length, $3,250. I just love the way this knife flips. So that is the Brian Efros Hustle, boys. I know that's the one everybody's been waiting on. I've gotten so many messages and emails about this knife, it's ridiculous. Ben, what's up, dude? So that is the Efros. All right, last but not least, you guys want to stick around for next week's preview piece because it definitely doesn't suck either. All right, last up for listing this week, the smallest knife in the bunch and probably one of the snappiest. It packs quite the punch. So this is a J.D. Vanderventure Mini Gold designed by Jared Von Otterloo. Perfect pairing of materials and the action on this for a smaller knife. So this also has a 2.7 inch blade. How much for the hustle? $32.50. Fantastic action for such a small knife for a flipper. Dark edge Damasteel with mirror polished flats. Full time. It's got Timascus bolsters with that nice curve there in the seam. Matching Timascus pocket clip. Actually, sorry, Mokutai. Vintage Westinghouse micarta scales. And a G10 backspacer. This guy rides on IKBS as well. But just super, super snappy. I love this little knife. 2.7 inch blade, 6.4 overall. Which action do you prefer, Thorburn or JDV? They're practically identical. I would say that based on everything I've handled, it is literally a toss-up. They are so similar in their actions. I honestly don't think you could pick one being better than the other. I think that JD's knife designs, whether they are part of Jared Von Otterloo's design collaborations or his own, are a little bit more unique. But Thorburn stuff is so classic, and he does all of those intricate engravings and just those really nice touches that you expect from Thorburn. And so I just think it's both from South Africa, probably two of the top South African tactical knife makers are JD and Thorburn. They're definitely. I'm blanking out immediately on who else I could put on the list, but top 5, no doubt. There's no way they aren't, at least the ones that I'm aware of. So this one is going to be listing for $22.50, guys. That is the JD Vanderventure Mini Gold. Good to know. I'm not into flippers, but Thorburns action convinced me to go after one or the other. And I'm afraid you will not be disappointed with a JD Vanderventure knife. There is no doubt. If you like Thorburns action, you'll love these. All right. That's everything listed this week. Harley, what's up, dude? So, I always grab a piece that's currently available on the website. If you guys have been eyeing this piece, I literally just dropped the price on it. $1,000. So, that ought to motivate somebody to take this baby home because it is exceptionally nice. So, this piece is available on the website as we speak. I've already dropped the price on it. $1,000. So, go check it out. Jerry McGinnis, Apex. Ooh. Of all the McGinnis pieces I've got in stock right now, this one has the best action. It just fires like a rock. It's on washer, so it does not free fall or anything like that. Very, very tight, but just a fantastic flipper. He does those flat detents as well, so it's got a really nice sound at the open and the lockup, and the close, actually. Hand rub satin blade. Let Mark know, man. It's a steal. This thing is ridiculous. This has mirror polished Mokutai colored in my favorite color spectrum. This is the same color spectrum. Hey, my wife's in here, I think, so just tone it down a little bit. Keep it. But I appreciate that. Thank you very much for the compliment. My Stan Wilson NFF is colored in this exact same spectrum. And this is my favorite. I love how you can get those bronze and orange tones, and then you got some traces of purple and blue in there. It's just the best. And so, fantastic action on this knife. There's my wife. I thought she was still in here. Oh, man. And Matt's got that beard trimmed to a T. Mr. Steal Your Girl. Check out that mirror polished backspacer too, guys. This thing is just so nice. So anyway, available on the website as we speak. I dropped the price $1,000. That's rock bottom. It's not going anywhere else. So if you've been eyeing this one, now is the time. So, all right. The preview piece for next week, guys. This piece is badass. Tristan, what's up, dude? So this is a piece that's going to be listing next week. It will be available next Thursday. I always like to just do a small highlight on one of the pieces. And so everybody will know what this is as soon as I bring it on the camera. Woo, baby. This is a Frank Fisher liner lock battle. Everybody knows this is what's in the pocket. Jake, that's last, man. Just settle down. Settle down. Go post some memes or something. Come back in 5 minutes. Everybody knows this knife design, and if you are just getting into tacticals, you will know it soon enough if you don't already. And so this is a Frank Fisher liner lock battle, and in my opinion, the best size. Damacor blade, eggshell finish double bolsters, ladder pattern, hidden hardware, Mokutai scales with a matching pocket clip and matching signature geared style backspacer. And this one has satin titanium liners on it. It's also got Frank's signature 10-point pivot with a Mokutai inlay, and then these are Zircutai pivot collars. And this is the 3.3 inch size, guys. This is, in my opinion, this is the size to own in the battle. This one also has his low profile flipper tab on it, as you can see there. So this guy's going to be listing next week. More information to come. The full details, specs, price, all that will be given next week. So y'all tune in if y'all want to know more about this guy. But she'll be listing next week. So what's in my pocket, as Jake was asking? Best battle size, without a doubt. I wanted to round out 2020 with the knife that I have carried probably more than any. And it's even a more recent acquisition. So the fact that it jumped to the top of the pile so quickly. This little guy here. This is my Jonas Iglesias Mini Jewel. Damasteel blade, green canvas micarta scales, and Zerk furniture. Love this little knife. You know what, guys? Hang on a second. Let me grab something. Just hang on for a second. I was very fortunate that one of my very, very good buddies, who also happens to be a knife collector, was kind enough to send me one of his knives to check out. And so he knows how much I like Jonas Iglesias' stuff, and the knife that he had recently acquired. So this is what I got in my pocket today. Check out what my buddy sent me to handle. It's not for sale. He just wanted me to check it out. He won the Friday Night Blade Affair California show auction from Jonas. This is the prototype Mini Fang. 6K blade, full zirconium handles with an inset lock bar, black lip mother of pearl underlays on both sides of the handle. This knife doesn't suck. And to date, it is without a doubt the best action of any knife from Jonas I've ever handled, is this exact knife right here. It is just a phenomenal build. So I've had the pleasure of getting to handle this knife for a little over, I think I've had it for a week now. So she's got to go back next week. So I'll have my way with her for them. But so these are the two that are going to get fondled here for a little while. But I know. This particular blade just finished out so beautifully. That perfectly straight core on the jacket there. Nice and symmetrical on both sides. The etch, the video right now doesn't even do any justice to how dark this etch is on the jacket. But anyway, guys, so that's enough about talking about knives that are not for sale. So that's what's in my pocket, though. All right, so it's about time to wrap this up. I'm going to just do a very quick recap on everything that's going to be listing this week, because I know I kind of went on and on about them all for a few minutes. So, Andre Van Heerden, M35, liner lock with a 3.9-inch hand rub satin blade, 9.2 inches overall, lightning strike carbon fiber scales, and pocket clip, carbon fiber backspacer, anodized liners. Riding on IKBS, $995. Beg Custom Knives out of California, full-size bodega, 3.7-inch belt satin blade, full titanium handles with marbled carbon fiber inlays on both sides, 8.9 inches in overall length, cracked ice finish titanium clip, cracked ice surround on the pivot there. And this guy is going to be listing for $1,250. John Barker Lee Williams Kickstop Picado hand rub satin blade that is 3.3 inches in overall, 3.3 on the blade, sorry. Corey Martin, what's up, dude? 3.3 inches overall, 8.4 inches in overall length. Orange peel finish titanium bolsters and frames, as well as the pocket clip, carbon fiber scales, copper backspacer. And once again, guys, this is a Lee Williams Kickstop collaboration. So it's John Barker's Hikato model with Lee Williams. Very nice flipper tab there. And this guy's listing for $6,250. Next up, Dustin Turpin Insight 3.2-inch hand rub satin blade, blasted titanium handles, 3-piece backspacer made from G10 and titanium, textured titanium pocket clip. 3.2-inch blade, 7.5 overall. Happy New Year, Nick. Take care, brother. 7.5 inches in overall length, $1,250. The one everybody's going for today. Brian Efros Hustle. 2.7-inch Damascus blade, $62.50. That is a fantastic down payment, Sean. Brian Efros Hustle, Intrepid Damascus blade, or very, very fine eggshell finish titanium handles, speed holes for that lightning speed flip, sculpted Mokutai pocket clip, beveled Damascus backspacer, signature conical style pivot, $62.51. All right, we have ourselves an auction here. 2.7-inch blade, 6.7 inches overall length, $3,250. The Brian Efros Hustle. JD Vanaventure and JVO Design Mini Gold. Also a 2.7-inch blade, same size as the Hustle. This one is Damasteel with mirror polish flats and a dark etch. That's a very signature of some of the South African guys. It's got Mokutai bolsters and matching pocket clip. Some really nice vintage Westinghouse micarta scales. It rides on IKBS. 2.7-inch blade, 6.4 inches in overall length, listing for $22.50. So that's the JD Vanaventure Mini Gold. Chris, we're just wrapping up, man. I hope you're doing well. Love the action on that little guy. Your your highlight piece. This piece is available on the website, and as I stated earlier, I dropped the price $1,000 right before I started this live stream. So it is available now. If you want it, go get it. Jerry McGinnis Apex hand rub satin blade, mirror polished Mokutai frame lock handles, done in my favorite color spectrum, lots of gold and orange with traces of purple and blue. Mirror polished and anodized titanium backspacer, and it rides on washer, so this baby is tight. Your preview piece for this piece is listing next week. Frank Fisher Battle in a 3.3-inch configuration. My favorite size for the Battle. Just perfect in the hand, especially with those wonderful curves. It's got that beautiful and signature double bolster design with that double recurve Tonto. Hidden hardware. It just checks all the boxes. This guy's listing next week, so you'll have to get more information on her then. And then the piece that was in my pocket, my Jonas Iglesias Mini Jewel. Probably my most carried knife of 2020, and I haven't even had it all that long. So that's what's in my pocket today, guys. So with that, it is time to wrap up the last live stream of the year 2020. And as I usually state at the end of just about every live stream, I'm just so thankful for each and every one of y'all that are my clients and my followers and my supporters. Literally cannot do this without you guys. And so y'all put a lot of trust in me to not only buy knives from, but also to sell knives for you. And that means everything. So I hope you guys enjoy doing business with us. I hope you enjoy tuning in. I hope you enjoy the posts that we make on a weekly basis. We try and be a very knowledgeable source for the custom knife community. And we like to think that we list some of the best stuff that's available on the market today from some of the best makers that are on this planet. So with that, guys, I'm going to head on out of here. I hope everybody has had a fantastic year. I hope everybody stays safe stays safe tonight. And I will see you guys next Thursday for next week's live stream in the year 2021. Y'all take care. Have a great one.